Call to order the special meeting of Florence City Council, 5:30 p.m. on December 19th, 2023. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Counselor Van Houten.
Here.
Counselor Stiefel.
Here.
Counselor Gardner.
Here.
Counselor Mergelman.
Here.
Counselor Stone.
Here.
Counselor McKinnon.
Here.
Mayor Wolf.
Here. Tonight we have two pieces of new business. Resolution number 21, 2023, a resolution summarizing expenditures and revenues for each fund and adopting the budget for the city of Florence. City manager, please.
Oh, let me turn that on. So as we did last time, I'm going to present these together because one is simply a resolution and the other an ordinance stating similar things. So while the council initially conducted the first reading of the ordinance for the proposed 2024 budget at the December 4th, 2023 City Council meeting, we did receive a reduction in valuation from the Fremont County's Assessor's Office, which has necessitated an additional $75,807 in budget cuts in order to accommodate the associated reduction in property tax revenue now projected for fiscal year 2024. These changes only impact the general fund, as all property tax revenue is put into the general fund. So we have made a few different changes to the budget since you last read it. One of them is at the council's direction, which was putting $20,000 for nonprofit funding into the budget as a placeholder. This was taken from the previous anticipated fund balance of $47,501. So the fund balance being the revenue we thought would roll over from 2024 into 2025 that we would have left over at the end. So that reduced that down to $27,501 in anticipated revenue after we removed the $20,000. Then we have the revenue reduction for the real and personal property taxes. And that was, as stated previously, $75,807 that we would need to remove from the general fund budget. We did this in 4 specific areas. We reduced the executive salary from $144,900 to $138,000. This was a reduction of $6,900. We reduced the street salaries from $413,440 to $380,016, a savings of $33,280. So this reduction freezes a current position for right now, so we will not hire it. It is currently vacant, though. We have not been able to hire it for some time. It's been open for a couple of months, so we're not removing any existing employee. We're just freezing a currently vacant position to prevent it from being hired in order to have a budget savings. We also reduced salaries in planning from $153,961 to $143,600, which was a savings of $10,361. So this reduction accounts for updated projected salaries for current planning staff and our projected 2024 hiring. Again, we didn't remove any positions. We just updated what we thought those salaries were going to look like. And finally, we reduced planning professional services from $55,000 to $40,000, which is a savings of $15,000. The reduction accounts for projected expenditures based on 2024 projects that were selected from the capital improvement plan and their associated professional services needs. So we think that that number has gone down based on what was selected in the capital improvement plan. So we're comfortable with that reduction. That gives a total expenditure reduction of $65,541. Obviously, that's slightly less than the revenue reduction, in fact, $10,266 less. So in order to accommodate for that and not remove any services from the citizens, staff recommends taking this remainder from the anticipated fund balance, leaving an anticipated fund balance to roll over of $17,235. Staff believes these proposed reductions to be fiscally and operationally sound, These reductions do not impact existing employees or any proposed salary increases included in the original 2024 budget. And the fund balance projection of $17,235 is very similar to the fund balance projection of $17,340 for fiscal year 2023.
Okay. All right, thank you. Public comment. Hearing none, we will go to City Council, questions and discussion.
I have a question on the perpetual care, the cemetery. It says construction fund 50,000. What exactly does that entail?
Sam, can you answer that?
Okay, that was my question, because I know last year when I went out to the cemetery, most of the grass was dead. And so I did ask that question, and someone said that the sprinkler system was broke. So that's been taken care of? Yeah, that first part when you first come in by the house, there's that 2 sections that was.
Yeah, that's been done, yeah. And this is to improve in the older part of the cemetery also.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Amy, I'd just like to state that, I know you guys were looking ahead with the HH proposal, and sounds like you were ready for this. I know this may have been a little more than what we thought was coming.
Yes, it was.
But I appreciate having having planned ahead a little bit and being proactive in that way.
Thank you. Lori did a fantastic job with that as well.
Hearing no further discussion, do we have a motion to approve resolution 2023?
I'll make the motion. I make a motion we adopt resolution 21-2023, a resolution summarizing expenditures and revenues for each fund and adopting the budget for the city of Florence, Colorado, for the calendar year beginning on the first day of January 2024 and ending on the last day of December 2024.
Do we have a second?
I will second that.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Counselor Mergelman,
Yes.
Counselor Gardner,
Yes.
Counselor Van Houten,
Yes.
Counselor Stiefel,
Yes.
Counselor Stone,
Yes.
Counselor McKinnon,
Yes.
Mayor Wolf.
Yes. Next order of business, Ordinance 10, 2023, an ordinance appropriating sums of money to the various funds and spending agencies. As the city manager said before, this is basically the same information that she gave us. Do we have any questions at this time?
Mayor, may I make one clarification? So in the ordinance, there is an emergency clause, and I know there has been some question in the past from the public what the emergency clause is. The emergency clause is due to the budget calendar, and it keeps us from having to do the ordinance reading twice, as is typically required under Colorado law, because we cannot actually meet the calendar deadlines with the timing that Fremont County gives us the valuation, when we pass the budget, and when it's due to the state. So all it is a clerical item that allows the ordinance to become enacted immediately after its passage, instead of having to do 2 separate readings of the ordinance as we normally would. So it's just a clerical item.
Okay. Does it need to be mentioned in the motion at all?
No, that's not necessary. It's written into the text of the ordinance.
Okay. Do we have a motion for ordinance 10, 2023?
I'll make a motion. Adopt ordinance 10, 2023, an ordinance appropriating sums of money to the various funds and spending agencies in the amount and for the purpose as set forth below for the city of Florence, Colorado, for the 2024 budget year? Okay.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Counselor Stone,
Yes.
Counselor McKinnon,
Yes.
Counselor Van Houten,
Yes.
Counselor Stiefel,
Yes.
Counselor Gardner,
Yes.
Counselor Mergelman,
Yes.
Mayor Wolf.
Yes. Having no further business, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Meeting adjourned. 6:40.
Thank you. Okay, we're budgeted.
All right. I can't, I wonder what bigger.
I wonder, they got, how many towns you think there are that have line items of $500? What's that? How many of the towns you think have line items of $500?